Hey there, what's happening? This is Eric and
Victoria.
And we are coming at you live from our home office in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're so excited to talk to you on this Saturday afternoon. And we wanted to shoot this quick video to discuss the topic of your prospects' problems and how do you uncover your prospects' problems. And this is uncover them. Open them up. Break it like an egg. And see, the thing is, too often, especially in the area of network marketing, or even in sales, Victoria does a lot of sales, right? And
it's been my whole life.
It's very easy to put the customer in a box. You're basically putting them in a box. You're saying, okay, well, what is their problem? Well, they need more money, or they need more time. They're time broke. And quite often, you can kind of gloss over what the problem is.
It's a real deep-seated problem.
Without really getting down to the problem. And chances are you're not going to be able to get to that customer, because the problem is so set in. The problem is becomes like part of them.
Yeah.
And there's a theory in physics about the whole topic of inertia. An object is going to stay at rest or stay in the same direction.
Like being stuck.
Like being stuck.
Like you're paralyzed and you can't move. You don't know what you're going to do. You don't feel yourself going anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you need another force. There's got to be another force to act on that inertia.
And we've all been through that.
To shake it up.
Everybody has. Yeah.
Everybody has.
Everybody has. That's nothing. Yeah, everybody has. But you can't stay there.
You can't stay there. But the thing is, people tend to stay there unless another force comes to shake it off. People's problems become part of them because over time, they tend to accept those problems. Yeah. They tend to, if they're in a job, they hate their boss, they hate their job.
Been there, done that.
And, after a while, they get tired of being disappointed. Mm-hmm. Maybe they've tried to change. Maybe they've tried other things. And they become, it's almost like they start to accept that.
Yeah.
Like this is my life. This is the way it's going to be.
This is the way it's supposed to be.
And it becomes part of them. It's like they're embracing that.
Yeah.
It's like somebody embracing an ailment, feeling like, I'm always going to be like that.
And I'm in medical sales, so I hear that all the time because people have this attitude, well, they take an ailment and they embrace it, they nurse it, they take hold, it's theirs, they own it. And honey, when you do that and you speak it, you are going to own it. It's yours. That problem is what it looks like. It's yours.
That problem eventually becomes part of their comfort zone.
It's part of their personality, who they are,
their
identity.
They wear their problem like a blanket,
like a badge of honor.
Like a badge of honor.
I have this wrong. This is who I am.
I mean, have you ever heard people bragging about how broke they are? Yeah, I'm broke. I'm so broke. I couldn't do this. I'm so broke. I mean, you hear a bunch of friends,
about how sick they are.
A bunch of friends talking, and they're all just talking about how broke they are, right? Yeah. And they
I'm broker than you. No, I'm broker than you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they accept that. It becomes part of them. It becomes fused to their psyche. And in order to help them, because we're not quote salespeople. We're consultants. We're going to help.
Problem solvers.
We're going to be a problem solver.
That's right.
We're going to help remove. We're going to help diagnose the problem
surgically,
and then. But in order to really surgically remove that problem, you have to make the person aware of that problem. You have to kind of agitate that problem. They're living with that problem. They're comfortable with the problem, and you have to agitate it so it's no longer at rest. You can't just leave.
You got to bring it to. It's kind of like if a person has a facial. I don't know if any of you've had facials. I've had tons of them, and everything looks good on the surface until they go and they agitate it. And when you have that facial, all of a sudden it looks like, well, why am I breaking out? No, all that stuff was there before. It's just bringing it to the surface.
It's almost like you have to be a surgeon. You have to make that incision. So you gotta give them a little bit of pain so you can get to the root of the problem and remove it, right?
Right.
And so part of that process is asking probing questions.
Especially if you're in network marketing, and you're an upline, you've got to ask questions. You've got to know what you're dealing with.
You've got to.
If you're going to help people, you've got to ask questions.
You've got to ask open-ended questions, are the type of questions where they can't say yes or no, but see, because that's going to help you to probe deeper.
Yeah.
And
understanding.
You want to help
people.
And you want to make people aware of the problem and make people aware of the ramifications of that problem.
That's how you can help people.
What problem?
You got to know what you're dealing with.
What results from that problem? Okay, like for example, somebody's working at a job they don't like, so they're not making enough money, right? Now, the way that problem can affect them is going to be different depending on the individual. See, the thing is, you want to examine your problems based on your target market. Who are you talking to? Who is your quote avatar or your perfect customer? Who's in front of you? You don't want to feel like one size fits all.
Yeah,
you've got to probe deeper. Okay, you need more money. Okay, why? How much money do you need? Not everybody wants to be a millionaire.
Not everybody wants to make tens of millions of dollars.
Exactly.
Some people don't even want to make $1 million.
Some people,
and that's all right. Everybody on your team is not going to want that. That's fine. That's all right.
Some people just want enough money to make their rent, and it depends on their situation. What if the foremost thing on their mind is not being evicted from their apartment?
Yeah. Right?
They're not thinking about making $1 million. If you talk about, you can get rich with this business, you're going to make $1 million with this business, it's going to go right over their head. Because all they're thinking about, all they're thinking about is paying that rent consistently.
That's the pain they're going through right now, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They may be at a different stage. Maybe they're thinking about paying for their children's education. Maybe they're thinking about their retirement. But
they want to travel, or they want to get a new home, or they want to replace a car. Maybe they just want to be able to breathe.
But
we've been there before.
You've got to agitate that problem.
That's right.
You got to agitate it. In other words, okay, if you do nothing, what could happen? I mean, let's say you don't do anything. Is your problem going to get better or worse?
Is it going to go away?
If it's going to get worse, let's examine how worse it's going to be. What if we're looking at 5 years from now and you haven't dealt with this particular problem? How much worse is it going to be? Okay, you're trying to prepare for retirement. Okay, and you go to and you're ready to retire and you haven't prepared for it. What is that going to feel like? See, you've got to help to open their eyes, because they become, the commercial you hear about people being nose blind to the smells in their car and stuff like that. That's because they've dealt with it for so long, they become numb to it. And a lot of people become numb to their problems because they've dealt with them for so long. So you have to open their eyes,
wake them up,
open their nose so they can smell how bad that problem is.
Yeah.
They can smell how foul that is, and they're much more likely to take action. And then, and only then, can you offer a solution that they'll listen to, that they'll pay attention to.
That's right.
Because once they realize how bad that problem actually is,
that's when they take action.
They're going to be open to take action.
That's
You're
right.
getting them out of that inertia. You're applying that force, so that you can jerk them out of that inertia, and then you can help them by giving them a direction to go in.
That's good, Aaron.
Giving them a possible solution.
That's good. That's great, actually.
So that's basically what we're talking about. We're talking about not coming in with commission breath, trying to be the super salesperson that's so focused on the features of your product and even the benefits of your product.
You love your product so much you don't even know about the person you're talking to. What are their needs?
What are their needs?
You're talking about the benefits. You're talking about how great that ocean is. And they're like, look, I'm on the ocean and I'm sinking. Right. So you guys...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, guys, I hope that is you find that helpful. If you find value in the type of content we're providing on a regular basis, we're here every day, and usually we go on a little bit later, but we had some technical difficulties, so we had to go online on the laptop. You see, that's another benefit of being part of an awesome community, because we were going to do our live video from our phone, and there was issues with the phone, and talked to one of our business partners, and they said, hey,
try this.
Facebook, you can do your live videos right from your laptop computer or your PC. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
It's so important to be part of a community. It's so important to have a support system, whether it's personally or in business. When you've got a support system, you can lock hands with people and you know where you're going. You have direction. That is so huge. Being an island unto yourself, we've tried it. It does not work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It does not work. Oh my God.
And then you know what? You become nose blind to those problems. When you try to do it on your own,
it doesn't work.
And you get used to things not working, and you start to accept them. But when you're part of an awesome community, you deal with that problem. As soon as you run across that problem, you don't allow the inertia to set in. You reach out to your support system, and you resolve that problem right away.
Don't get used to that pain too long.
Don't get used to that.
He calls it inertia. I call it complacency.
Yeah, exactly.
But do not get comfortable. It's a huge enemy to your success in your business.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Anything in life, period.
So if you find value in the content we're providing
please
on a
support.
Daily basis,
Connect with us.
Please, you can feel free to leave a 1 if you'd like to get some additional information, or if you'd like for us to email you some information. Just leave your email address in the comments.
We'd be more than happy to give you information.
We absolutely welcome any comments you have. And with that,
feedback. Yes.
Feedback. This is Eric and Victoria saying, hope you're having a great weekend. If not, make it a great one.